Delicious. Got some zest.
Hermes?
Next island.
Grandma's bringing shaved ice this time with Coca-Cola flavor. Have you, wait, okay. I don't know if this is like a worldwide thing or just a my area thing, because it's just obscure enough. Y'all ever had ices? It's not quite shaved ice, it's a different consistency. But Coca-Cola, like even as a kid when I did not like Coca-Cola, as a kid I loved Sprite. I didn't like Coca-Cola. My taste buds changed as I grew older, but I loved Coca-Cola flavored ices like my whole life. Like now they've got all these crazy flavors, and I'm like, just give me the Coca-Cola one. They're like, don't you want a Baja Mountain Blueberry Blastoise? And I'm like, give me the Coke one. And you know, then I'm screaming, give me Coke, and then the police show up. Can't gift.
What chill you were expecting in the air? That wasn't Demeter this time here, boss. No, that was just me whisking to you in a flash. Makes for a little pleasant breeze, I think.
It amuses me how often he talks, he kind of mocks me that he's not the thing I was expecting. Maybe. Epic side hustle. 16 gold per room.
Nice.
There's Dem, there's a shop. It's a worldwide thing. Dr. Pepper Icy for the win. I'm not a Pepper fan. I'm not a Dr. Pepper fan, but I respect your right to have weird taste buds.
Nonsense talker with a flaming chariot. Why, he once told me that my Kore, that she went into that underworld of yours. Preposterous. The clouds now blot him out entirely.
She is snuffing out her brother because he told her the truth about my mom. Yeah, give me Demeter's aid. I don't care if this is too close to what I did the last one. It's so good. Don't really need any of that. Alright, let's go, Ares. Someone help me. After I took this, I went back to the game, and then someone staring at me. Wait, hold on, what? It's just a picture of you with some pigs. I'm confused.
Hello, Mega Gorgon. Need you do so?
Your gal's right here.
Apparently fighting to the death sure beats mopping floors, Jeff. I wasn't trying to hit you, the shield bounces.
In the name of Hades.
Not just some things, how dare you. Okay. If I do damage. Double Hermes? Yeah, let's go for double Hermes.
Perks.
They're my pets. Well, like, are they like mini pets, Julia? Like the battle pets?
All right, I've seen enough.
How's that?
+2 dashes. Yeah, I'll take that. Hunter Beast Mastery, so I have 2 pets, and the little one is a battle pet. Oh, gotcha. And then you're standing in like a farmer cosplay, buy some haystacks. I noticed that there is a... Oh, I didn't even see it the first time. There's like a Keck W above the right one. I didn't even see that the first time. I'll do a dual boon rune. So you were posing next to some stranger's farm, stealing it for a photo shoot, and then some stranger saw you, and then you got self-conscious.
Then let us stand together.
Impending doom.
I think we understand by now that when you test my patience, I shall test your ability to survive.
Athena, are we married already?
Forgive me, Athena.
That was really easy.
I'm satisfied we understand each other better now, don't we? What do you say we carry on?
Where now?
Athena or shop or heart. Let's do shop. I had a Beast Mastery Hunter as one of my alts when I played WoW. And I remember that I wanted the Spirit Owl Pet. The Spirit Pets are really rare. They spawn like with an 8-hour cooldown, stuff like that. Like they take like 8 hours to spawn, and you know, lots of hunters want to get them. And if a random stranger kills them, then you can't tame it for another 8 hours. And I wanted this owl, and it flies like 200 feet in the air. And you have to stand on top of this tree, and you have to shoot it without killing it. Pull it down to the ground, so like jump down, take fall damage, get it to come down there, and then tame it on the ground. And so it was a tricky thing, and I downloaded this add-on at my work that basically constantly tried to like do a target command. It was like, you know, target rare owl thing, target rare owl, and then if it actually succeeded, it would play an alarm. And I was literally at work, and so I was like, oh, once per 8 hours, that's once per workday. For 3 days at work, I had WoW minimized with that alarm program running, standing on top of that tree. And then I was in the middle of a work call, and it was like, bring! And I was like, I'm sorry, just a moment. And I was like, Alt-Tab, and like, I was like, oh god. And there was like 3 other hunters hovering nearby, but none of them noticed it yet. And I like, because you had to shoot it, but not one shot kill it. And I was like, and I like stripped my hunter naked so he had 0 stats other than his weapon, shot the bird, jumped down, barely survived, and then tamed it on the ground. And I was standing there naked with this spirit bird. And I was literally at work, and I was like, and so many people were like, what the hell? What is wrong with Michael? Like they were all staring at me. My coworkers were staring at me. And I was like jumping for joy. And I come back and I'm like, I'm so sorry about that. I had another call come through, but I put them on hold. Where were we? And I was like so happy to get that thing. I was just gobbling up office bandwidth for this bird. And it was a ghost owl. And I felt very proud of this name, guys. I named it Deadwig. And then I used that Beast Mastery thing that Julia's got, so I had 2 Deadwigs. And that's my story.
Always hits the spot.
Too soon? It's been so long.
Why, Lerny, you are looking positively fabulous, I have to say.
Oh my gosh. PG Stream Sec, please.
I shall take everything away.
Easy.
Good, no more heads.
You can find a book with a 1% drop rate, which I got, that lets you tame undead beasts. Pretty sure you could tame one of the bosses of Battle for Azeroth now with that. This one, Muck? Hang on. Yes. Yep. That was my dead wig. I had 2 of those. Yes, indeed. Yeah, there's because the spirit animals were kind of a show-offy thing, right? There was a bear, a bird, a freaking moose, a cat, and a few other things. What are the other ones I need? Aphrodite, Artemis. Artemis would help this run more. There's a moose? Yeah. Mother moose. Oh. Another story for you guys. Okay. There is... Oh, God. What was the name? Was it Sholzar Basin? Alright. In Northrend, the zone in the northwest corner that's like a lush jungle. I think it was Sholzar Basin. It's been so long. It had like 3 rare spawns. Like there was a T-Rex, there was a parrot thing, like a multicolored parrot, and there was one. Let me see if I can find it on this site. Hang on a sec. Let me see. Well, see if I can spell it right. And there was this one bird, this really multicolored parrot. Here it is. And it was a giant one called Aetona. At the time that we were playing Northrend, that we were playing the Frozen Throne, it was very sought after. Unfortunately, Northrend was such a kind of a packed place. This was such a trafficked area. This thing was killed constantly when it would spawn. And we had a hunter friend that we found out that he went to Sholzar Basin and would stand up in a tree, use that alarm thing that I told you guys about, where like he would do a target macro and the alarm would go off, and then he would lay down and he had his computer right next to his bed, and so if the alarm get off, he would like out of bed and try to find and tame this thing. And I was talking to another friend of mine. So let's say Bob is camped out in the jungle trying to get Aetona, and I'm talking to, let's say, Sam. I'm talking to Sam. I was like, so it's just trying to do /target Aetona just over and over and over and over and over? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, man, it'd be pretty funny if some player named Aetona walked by and set his alarm off, but it'd be a pain to get like a level 1 here for just as a joke, because it's this level 80 area. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, what if a hunter named their pet Aetona? And he goes, I have a hunter, I'll be right back. And he swaps characters, and he brings his level 80 hunter over there. And then he renames his pet Aetona. And I'm like, all right, stow the pet. And he stows it. And we go running through the jungle. And we're spamming a /target Bob macro. And we find Bob in a tree. And I'm like, all right, let's come over here. And we get behind another tree, like, 50 feet away. And we're behind the tree. And I'm like, all right, get Aetona out. And he gets the pet out. And we just stand there. And I count to like 10. And I'm imagining how fast someone can get their bleary eyes open and see something with an alarm going off. I'm like, okay, stow the pet. And he stows it, and then we run off. And we're watching him from like the farthest possible distance. And Bob gets off, he's like, and falls out of the tree. And he's like, and he starts running in circles, mounts up, and just takes off. And I don't know how, we're just hiding. And he runs laps for like 4 or 5 minutes trying to find this thing. And I don't know what time it was for him. Could have been 3 a.m. for him. I have no idea. And he finally gives up, climbs back into another tree, parks his character, and then his AFK tag shows up. Presumably he set his alarm back on. I'm like, okay. And so we just chat and we just wait like 5 minutes for him to possibly doze back off again. And then I'm like, all right, get Ayatona back out. And he gets Ayatona back out. And we count to 10, and then we stow it again. And then he appears, falls out of the tree, starts running around again. And we did this. We did this, that whole process. We did that like 4 times before we, like, I don't know if we gave up or if he just logged off. But I didn't tell him, because, like, I didn't know Bob. I knew Sam, and Sam knew Bob. Like, Sam was the middle friend. And, like, 2 days later, he comes back, and he's like, so I was talking to Bob the other day, and I couldn't help it. And I'm like, oh, did you tell him? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, dude, he's going to be pissed. He goes, yeah, he was. I was like, yeah, remember the other day when you kept thinking that you saw Ayatona and your alarm went off? And he's like, how did you know? What did you do? And he's like, we made 100 pet named Ayatona. It was so funny. And he's like, well, what is we? And he's like, oh, it was Muck's idea. And I'm like, what? It was my hypothetical idea. Hypothetical. And he just like totally was like, hey, wasn't this funny? Muck did it. And just like made this freaking stranger, as far as I was concerned, hate me. I totally forgot about this. You're talking about like 100 pets, and I remember this. Legends say he's still on the tree. I don't know about that. Weak. That deserves it.
Enough.
Can't gift.
Your name, it means great hunter, Zagreus. I guess your mother Nyx must have expected someday that you'd pick up a few pointers from myself.
Pressure points. I was hoping she was going to like me more now. I didn't get the heart though.
Stop him, Riches, now. Fine, help yourself.
What is this? They are obnoxiously big, make a ton of noise, so they are cool in dungeons. There's undead T-Rexes in the game now? I didn't even know that. Is that a Shadowlands thing? I don't remember those models. That must be a Shadowlands thing.
Well, that's better.
I remember when I first played Pathfinder Kingmaker, one of the pets that you could choose as a ranger or druid, whatever I was that was a pet class, one of the pets you could have was a baby mammoth. And I picked it. There was one problem with the mammoth, guys. When it started to run, the audio would go dum 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 dum. It was like a non-stop mucking earthquake all the time in your ear. All the time. Dude, I was like, oh my god, this is awful. And I reloaded. I was like, when did I last save the game? And it was like freaking an hour ago. I replayed an hour of this single player game to get the save file back before I had the walking earthquake. Because it was like, I was ready to rip my hair out. And I think in WoW, I had the same thing with a, I think I tamed a Hydra, like one of those big three-headed Hydras, when I was Beast Mastery, and I had the same problem. From what Julie is describing, it sounds like that might still be a thing in the game, the really loud footsteps. Faster bull rush, I'll take it. Oh. Don't forget to try the chariot thing I told you. What did you tell me?
I always wondered, sir, what was Achilles like? During his youth, I mean.
How to describe what somebody was like? Everyone who saw him on the battlefield agreed he was magnificent, stranger. His allies and his enemies alike. But there was more to him, I think. A certain outlook. A sense of justice. I knew him before he was a warrior. Only reason I suppose I liked him.
Only reason I liked him.
Thanks for this.
There. Now leave me be.
Duminer. You mean the boss in the chariot? Or the normal chariots?
What it must be like. The outside.
You've never been outside? Oh, right. The labyrinth thing. You lived in a horrible maze all your life. I haven't seen much of the surface, but it's beautiful. Cold. When I'm there, though, I feel out of place.
Out of place. I understand, I think. I don't see why you'd want to go somewhere like that. It can't live up to the stories. Why ruin it? Speaking of which...
Dukes of hell.
Gorgon's coming through.
I think Gorgon coming through is one of her best lines.
Beware of winter's cold.
Oh, he went behind me. He leapt over me.
See you soon.
Oh.
What a team.
The duo boon that was my my first favorite.
Thanatos.
Death has come. I got the message that you need assistance.
I don't find any of the horde races interesting. I played undead with when I was the Death Knight for all those years. I was undead Death Knight. So when I died, I was a dead undead Death Knight. And when they had that ghoul trait, I was a dead undead ghoul Death Knight. It was a ghoulified dead undead Death Knight. I'm trying to remember how many layers it had.
Save some for me next time.
Oh, I barely won.
Should be clear.
Power of the gods.
Ah.
Palm down.
I've got a lot of damage in my build, but all of it takes a few seconds to kick in. He made that difficult.
That one. That one's rearming. Damn, he's recovered.
Oh my gosh, raise the shield. Gosh. It like bounced off into Florida and I couldn't use it.
Look who.
Let's do that one.
Juicy.
It's a really big damage increase. Blizz added a butt ton of new customization options with Shadowlands. Again, I was trying to raise the shield, but it just didn't return to me in time. Oh. Rough. What is this? Healing, and we got a fish.
Now. It's a clam.
It's a clam! Got a goblin shaman and a blood elf hunter.
I'll take what's mine.
Undead was my favorite race. I just thought it was funny playing a skinny skelly boy. Like, even as a tank, I was a skinny guy with the very milky guns, because they were bones. I'm about to flavor Richard Gryko! Ooh, I just saw an 800 Doom.
I expected more from the Exalted.
Welcome to Flavor Town.
More strongbows.
Getting the body slam damage is pretty cool with this. Because it's really easy to push something with this. Ooh, I almost didn't see this guy hiding there. Okay.
Sharpen my senses.
Got 900 gold. So I usually have this much gold in friggin' Act 3.
Just what I need.
One of my favorites. That is a massive damage increase.
Power of Olympus.
Challenger approaches once again, I see. Well then, prepare to be run through. An intruder! Oh, demon, we shall thwart your each and every trespass of Elysium.
You haven't thwarted one in a long time, to be fair. guy's chilled, doomed, and hung over. He is having a bad time. Vengeance for the Macedonian? Was not impressed.
Who's champion now? Thank you. Got them again, my shade. I'll take the service exit, thanks.
Chilled, doomed, and hungover sounds like an average Friday. Pilot Steve's like, for you, that was the worst day of your life. For me, that was Friday. What now? No. I wonder if I could force Aphrodite to show up for just this last little bit. I kind of doubt it, but let's just see what happens. I definitely testing the waters here. Bringing the freaking flower to Hades. What DK spec is DPS? Currently, I think Blood is Tank, Frost, or Unholy can DPS. When it first came out, though, they re-overhauled the class like 4 times in one expansion. They're like, any spec can tank, any spec can DPS, any spec can PvP. And everything was chaos. Like, one of the server firsts that we got, I was an Unholy Tank, which is just, it's not even a thing anymore.
Should come in useful. Let's see what else. This means war. Gods grant me strength.
Oh, there's Aphrodite. Here, so super late in the run. I think we got her to show up with the item. Interesting.
No use.
That's crazy damage for the range I'm at.